Hello, startup founders with innovative ideas who want to change the world, and aspiring entrepreneurs. Today, we're going to talk about a core strategy that startups must know to succeed: MVP, minimum viable product development. Instead of pouring time and money into building a perfect product from the start, this strategy involves quickly validating market response with a product that contains only the most essential functions. Jjang-i will explain in detail why this strategy is so important and how to execute it. What exactly is an MVP? MVP, or minimum viable product, literally means a product that can deliver the core value of the product and receive feedback from users with only the minimum necessary functions. It's not a finished product with complex and diverse features, but rather an experimental tool to most quickly and efficiently verify whether our idea will work in the market. For example, if you want to create a music streaming service, instead of securing tens of millions of songs and developing complex recommendation features from the beginning, you might launch a product with just a few dozen songs and the core functions of searching and playing music. You'd then listen directly to how users react to this basic service, what they like, and what features they absolutely need. Why is MVP essential for startups? Startups have limited resources: time, money, people. It can be fatal if the initial idea gets no market response, or if time and money are wasted on features users don't want. MVP is the best way to reduce these risks. Fast market entry: while developing a perfect product might take years, an MVP can be built in weeks or months. You can quickly introduce your product to the market and acquire early customers. Real user feedback: you can get vivid feedback on how actual users use the product, what's inconvenient, and what they want more of. This feedback is the most important compass for improving and developing the product. Resource efficiency: since you only develop the minimum necessary functions, you can save significant time and cost. It reduces the risk of wasting resources on unnecessary feature development and allows you to focus resources where they are truly needed. Idea validation: you can quickly validate whether your idea truly solves a market problem and whether it's valuable enough for users to willingly pay for it. If the response isn't good, you can pivot or try a different idea without significant loss. How to start MVP development? To successfully develop an MVP, you need to go through several steps. Define the core problem: you must clearly define the most important problem your product aims to solve. What user inconvenience will you alleviate? Propose the core value: what is the core value your product provides to solve that problem? What will users gain through your product? Select minimum features: you must select only the absolutely necessary minimum features to deliver the core value. Boldly exclude nice-to-have features and focus on features without which the product cannot function. Build the MVP: quickly develop the product with only the selected minimum features. It's important to make the design clean and the usability convenient. Launch and collect feedback: release the MVP to a small group of early adopters and encourage them to use it. And the most important step: actively collect feedback on user reactions, usage patterns, areas for improvement, etc. Use various methods like surveys, interviews, and usage data analysis. Analyze and improve: iterate or change direction. Pivot: analyze the collected feedback to decide how to improve the product. If user response is good and you're confident the core value is resonating, add features and develop further. Iterate. If the response is different from expected or the core value isn't resonating, you must make a decision to fundamentally modify the business model or product direction. Pivot. MVP is not the end, but the beginning. The MVP is not the final product. It's the first step for market validation, the process of continuously improving and developing the product based on user feedback after the MVP launch is much more important. This process is called iteration, where you refine the product based on the learning gained from the MVP. Sometimes, you might realize that your initial direction was wrong and decide to pivot, changing the business model itself. The MVP is a powerful tool that allows you to iterate and pivot quickly and cheaply. Wrapping up, the MVP development strategy is an essential methodology for startups to navigate uncertainty and move towards success. Rather than pursuing perfection from the start, it's important to focus on the core value, quickly communicate with the market, and maintain the flexibility to evolve the product. Jjang-i sincerely hopes that through MVP, your wonderful ideas will become reality and grow into successful businesses. Fighting.